Hey you guys, I'm back with another video on how to do brows. So if you want to see how I do my brows, stay tuned. So I'm super excited about this brow tutorials. Can't wait to show you how I do my brows. My makeups always get compliments, so here we have our Morphe Bacon Set Setting Powder in the Banana Rich. I'm going to place this on my brows just to give it a more clean, more defined look. Before I do this, I will put my hair clip in just to make sure that my hair is not in the way of this look. So next we are going to just take a little bit of our Banana Rich setting powder, just a little bit, okay, less is more. And if you want to apply as you go, I say go for it. So I'm applying this all over my eyelid and my brow just for a more seamless, flawless look. Next, I'm going to actually clean my brows just to define the shape. It's been a minute since I got my eyebrows arched, so it's got some little stickly hairs, okay? You can use any spoolie to clean your eyebrow shape. I'm just going to use this one attached to the Revlon dark brown eyebrow pencil. So I'm just brushing my hair upwards just to create a more upright shape. Here is the Revlon dark brown shade pencil brow that I'm using. I usually prefer my brow pencils over the brow dip or the pomegranate, just because I like to have defined lines in my brows. Once I go under the brow to create like a arch shape, I'm going to just trace my natural brow with the dark brown shade pencil just to fill in the brow close to possible as what it would naturally look like if I had a lot of eyebrow hair. This is the part where you can just create any crazy design. It doesn't have to be perfect. Usually when you are creating the brow that you are wanting, it's usually going to be some type of mess up or correction needed. So I ran out of my other eyebrow pencil, so I'm going to use the NYX dark brown. Dark brown is my shade if you haven't noticed. And just create the other eyebrow shape. I'm going to go underneath the eyelid once again to create an arch. And then I'm going to trace with the pencil my natural brow shape. Once again, it is okay to mess up or the shape is not coming out right, because our next step is going to clean it up. I must say that my brows are definitely sisterly, like almost fraternal twins. I know you want to create an eyebrow shape that is identical. Sometimes that is magical. Other times it is not going to be the same. One eyebrow naturally may be bigger than the other, or one eyebrow may have more hairs than the other brow. So it's just all about making sure that your arch is very set in stone and proportionate to your face. I'm going in with my Pro Concealer in the shade of Suede. I love LA Pro concealers. Been a big fan for a couple of years now. And what I'm going to do is apply this light shade with this concealer brush. I'm going to wet it as possible as I can. Usually I like a good, solid, light, defined brow space, I would say, underneath my eyes for my makeup. And more is better. So when you are dipping your concealer onto your brush or just squeezing the product on your brush, you just want to make sure that it is a lot. So I'm going underneath, and this part does take time. I just love it when I see that eyebrow shape just more clean, smooth, defined. Just love it. Now, usually with the excess product, I just add more to my eyelid space. I did clean up a little bit underneath the brow. I'm just a little stricter on how I like my lines to be, or just the arch. The arch is just my best friend. So I'm going to apply more product just to conceal the other side. So usually I try to start with the side that I concealed first to try to match the evenness or the portionate of the brows. When I first started doing this, constructing my eyebrows was very hard. The shape just was not shaping. I have like one brow bigger than the other or thicker than the other, or just the top of the arch just not arching how I would like. So this does definitely take time and practice. I'm now going to go in with my LA Pro Girl concealer, beautiful bronze in the shade. And I'm going to apply this to my top brow. Once again, I'm going to apply as much product on my concealer brush for a more seamless touch. So some people start with the top. I like to start in the middle, and I definitely like to raise my brow when I am creating this. As you see, when you apply that product, it's a lot of cleaning that will take place to actually provide such a smooth eyebrow. Concealer is my best friend. I love concealer. just the cleanup the concealer can do just makes my day. So I'm going to go into a downward motion because I want to make sure my arch has a curve, but not too much of a hump. Sometimes with this, I can mess up the hump part. And so I'm just looking in both mirrors just to make sure that the hump is humping. Sometimes my humps can be too thick for the slanted shape. So you might have to just apply more concealer to give it another less hump. So once again, I'm going to start in the middle and just work my way down, and then work my way with the slanted motion along my arch. As you can see, this part is tedious because you just want to make sure hump is humping. I did mess up here, but it is all good. So I'm just going to go back to the other side just to make sure it's even as the other. My hump was a little thicker than the other. And that usually happens because I have like one brow is just got more hairs than the others. This can be tricky. Once again, and you just have to keep concealing to get the brow that you need. So now I'm just going to take my Beauty Blend Sponge and I'm just going to go along the bridge of my forehead to get rid of the excess arch or lines that I created. So that way it's actually proportionate to my eyelid space and just my face overall. So I am going into a dabbing motion, just pressing really hard. You don't want to smear because the product is still like wet, so you don't want to just mess up the brow itself. So I go into dabbing motions, never smear. It looks like I'm dabbing very hard or hurting myself, but I promise it's just no pain. Just making sure it's got a nice touch. This part can be tedious because you want to take your time. Make sure that you're not erasing your brow in any shape, way, or form. Of course, you can always dab the excess upwards across the face space. Now I'm just going to take my spoolie and just create a natural eyebrow in the front of my arch. And see how that got cleaned up? So now that I fixed my shape, I'm just going to conceal it some more to make it more defined. Notice that I didn't put extra concealer. I just used the excess that's already on there because you don't want to just mess up the shape. You just want to clean it up a little bit. So that side is looking good. And I'm just going to spool it a little more. And boom. So now I'm just going to spoolie the other eyebrow. Make sure it's as even as possible as the other brow. I'm just doing a little slight upward motion. So now I'm just going to go in and clean it with the excess that's already on the brush. And you just want to clean along the brow. And then I'm just going to do a slanted motion just to make sure not one brow is bigger than the other brow. So now I'm just going to go in and just darken the beginning of the brow space. Spoolie just a little bit just to create some type of pigment shade. And should be good from there. I'm just going to clean it once again. And clean just underneath. Going back with my beauty sponge to just make sure the product is distributed evenly. And these are my brows. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give my video a thumbs up. You can do your brows any style, any shape. Makeup is just really exciting. So it's just a lot of ways to actually make makeup just unique. I'm just going over with a dark brow pencil just to make sure my brows are dark and defined enough. And once again, just conceal it, clean it up. Spoolie, make it a natural little space. And boom. Once again, it's how you do good brows. I definitely look at my brows from all different angles just to make sure that it looks nice. This is my final look with the brows. In another video, I will show you how I do my eyeshadows. And this is what it looks like in the sunlight. So thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe.